Hey guys, welcome back to the Lions Den. You are now tuned into episode 2 of the Fee Feels Pod. A space to feel it all. The soft, the messy, and the magic. Hey guys, it's the girl Fee Lion, and we back with another one. We're just gonna get right into it. So today's episode is gonna be about emotional privacy, hence the title, Emotional Privacy Ain't Secrecy. Ain't secrecy. Um, just the topic is basically going to be like centered around like just because someone loves you or someone is close to you, that doesn't mean that they're entitled to every part of you. Because some people, they want access to you, but they don't have the space to actually hold you, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, people trauma dump on you, vent to you, like and tell you about, and it always got to be negative stuff too, like tell you about things that they're excited about, things that they have coming up, and they want a certain reaction, but when it comes to you, they don't have the capacity to reciprocate. You feel me? And that's why we have to remember that emotional privacy is very important. Creating boundaries is important. Some people don't have to have full access to you, you know what I'm saying? Especially access to your emotions, if they're not going to have the capacity to hold that space for you but expect you to do the same for them. It's just bullshit. And I always gotta, how do I say, highlight, that anytime I'm talking about some shit, it's from personal experience. And let me tell you something, that could be anybody. That could be your mother, no shade, your father, your sister, your brother, whoever the fuck, your auntie, your closest best friend, somebody that you grew up with, you know what I'm saying? Even your boyfriend, no shade. Like, I do feel like some people, they want to vent to you, but they're not just venting, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're positioning you, like, they're expecting to get a certain reaction, and you giving them that, but when it's on the other foot, it's not reciprocated. And emotional privacy does not have to look like I said, creating boundaries. It does not have to look like you being secretive, like not telling nobody shit. You know what I'm saying? Or being cold or being fake or, acting like you don't give a fuck, like you don't care about nobody. That's not what emotional privacy is. Emotional privacy is picking and choosing, okay? Knowing what to, you know, be vulnerable about and what not to, share. You know what I'm saying? Like, know when and when you what spaces you could do what in, basically, if that makes sense. Like, not everybody needs to be able to see that side of you. Like I said, you have to be able to pick and choose. So it's not being secret, like sneaky and all and everything like that. It's just choosing who gets access to your inner processing. Like, not letting everyone emotionally dump on you. And even I have been a victim of that. I could even say, like, I could even attest to that. Like, you know, being a trauma dumper really pushes people away. Because not everybody, like I said, not everybody has the capacity to hold that space for you. And if you're always going through some shit to them, you know what I'm saying? To them, it might seem like you're always going through some shit. You always got some shit to say. You always sad or angry or mad about stuff. And rightfully so, not saying that you're not allowed, because some people feel deeply than others, and some people can't, process things as easily as others. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're all people, but just different. But not everybody understands that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, that's why I said it goes vice versa. I could understand. I could speak from both perspectives. But like I said, protecting your peace, protecting your nervous system, and just recognizing who you could be in depth with and who you got to keep shit surface level with. You feel me? No matter who it is, like, that could be anybody, because being, like, very emotionally aware, like, being able to, like, being so intuitive and having, like, such great discernment and being, like, very empathetic, like, feeling things, like, on such a deep level, story of my fucking life, it could be, like, a burden. You know what I'm saying? Because you're always understanding and you're very compassionate and you hold space for everybody. You know, you're not judgmental. But for some reason, we're the kind of people that never get that back in return. And that's why I said emotional privacy is very important. But like I said, emotional privacy, not secrecy. Like, you don't gotta be sneaky and not tell people shit about what you got going on, you know what I'm saying? And not like express nothing, whether it's good or bad, you know? You just have to know who you can do it with and who you could be in depth with and who is on some surface level type shit, you feel me? Because, like, in my personal experience, like, when I have people that when there's people that I'm close with, but I've noticed that in conversations that, like in conversations that we've had, where I feel like they're not really reciprocating like the emotional space that I could be holding for them in conversation, you know, and when it's my turn, they don't have that, you know, like I said, capacity. That doesn't change, you know. Well, it does. It definitely does change the dynamic, but it doesn't change. Like, it shouldn't have to change. Like, oh, I don't like them. Like, I'm just not gonna deal with this person at all. Like, you know, like, now you don't love them. Like, you know, I don't think it should have to resort to that. But that's why boundaries should be put in place. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to tell this person about something great that happened. You could share a little bit, but you don't gotta go in depth. You wanna talk about something, you wanna vent a little bit about something, but you don't wanna get too specific. Make it a general statement, you know? Things like that. Like, it sucks, but this is only if you want to sustain these relationships. I feel like if you want to maintain these relationships, this is something that you want to keep going and you still want to have this person in your life. That's why this is very important, especially with the people that are close to you. You feel me? But this goes for everybody. Like, and nobody should have full access to you. Not everybody should have that privilege. It's just, it don't make no sense, because, you know, that's when you start seeing people really start judging you and using the shit that you tell them against you, throwing it back in your face, treating you differently because of it. You know, all of that shit, you want to avoid that. You feel me? And I'm learning that, like, today. Like, today, as I'm saying this shit. That's why I want to relay the message. You feel me? But yeah. I just want y'all to think about that though, like, because this is specifically for like my emotionally aware people.
You have earphones?
No, I don't. Why I can't lock this door? I'm gonna keep this in there. I'm not even gonna cut this out because this is the shit I be talking about. But, you know, I can't be mad. I can't be mad. You know what I'm saying? People just want to be people. But I don't understand why every time I be recording, people want to bother me. You want to either walking past or standing right in front of the door. Just, what is you opening the door for and you see I'm doing something? Why the fuck you asking me for headphones? Why the fuck would I have any to give to your bum ass? Hmm? But it's okay. Woosah. We just gonna act like that didn't happen. Anyways, like I was saying, I just want y'all to think about, like, this is for my emotionally aware people, you know, like, my black sheets, you know, like the outcast in the family, like the odd one out, like the one that's always checking everybody, that's never letting shit slide. That shit could be exhausting. It's draining, having to be like that all the time. Always having to call people out because nobody else doing it. But that's why I say, you know, fuck that shit. Protect your nervous system, babe. It ain't worth it. Not everybody deserves to even hear those words. Because people be knowing what the fuck they doing anyways. For the most part. At this big age. Motherfuckers be knowing what they doing, so that's it don't even matter. But yeah, um, that's all I got for y'all. This I am gonna like start making my episodes shorter. I think it's better for what I'm going for. So I don't want nobody that if anybody comments on this like, damn, this shit was short, I want to hear more. Just tap into the next one. If you got anything that you want me to talk about specifically, just comment right here, or you could DM us on Feels Pod, or you could DM my personal Instagram. You already know everything gonna be tagged, linked, everything right here for you to find me wherever you need to find me on Instagram, Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, right here. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, you know what I'm saying? Tap in with your girl. It's Feline. Checking out the Lions Den.